Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Breaking news. Stay-at-home lockdown will last longer as advised by President Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari has urged Nigerians to stay at home, adding that restrictions of movement in some states and federal capital will remain as long as expected if found necessary. The president had on March 29th ordered a lockdown of Lagos, Abuja, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, to contain the spread of coronavirus. In a statement on Saturday, signed by his spokesperson Garuba Shehu, Buhari said his government has implemented multiple measures to ascertain that Nigerians are well taken care of during the lockdown. He said, we realize that today there will be sons and daughters unable to visit their parents and elders or older ones due to the isolation from younger ones to elder ones. And there will be those who live day to day eating as they can, who are facing real and personal suffering before this coronavirus and are still facing them. No elected government could ask more than the citizens of the country that elected them than today we ask of you. But we ask of you today once more to observe restrictions, no movement that where there are places, and follow the instruction of the scientists and medical advisors to please stay at home, wash your hands, and stay alive. The The freedom we ask you to willingly forsake today. The freedom we ask you to willingly forsake today will only last as long as scientists' advice declares they are necessary. But but they are essential world rules so that we can contain this coronavirus. For those who are suffering most grievously, the government has announced multiple measures to assist 70,000 to assist with 70,000 tons of rice. It's being released as we speak from the National Strategic Grain Resource for distribution to those in need mostly. Distribution of small cash payments are also being made as we speak and will continue to be made by the federal government to the people who need it mostly. We ask you to listen and follow public announcements via the mass media and instruction as to how to receive this government support and learn from more public assistance in the coming days. All that the government is asking you to endure is because wherever in the world today there is any known thing now that can kill the coronavirus, there is no vaccine, no known issues for now. And that's that there are no choice, we have no choice but to ask that the lockdown remain for as long as necessary. Please, we will want you to please obey by the rule and stay at home. But at this darkest hour, it remains our duty to follow you and to inform you fully well that we are on top of it. This is a global pandemic. 210 countries and territories across the globe are affected. We cannot expect any other to come to our assistance. No one is coming to help us. The virus is here. We have to work and defend it. Instead, instead for us to be overwhelmed by the virus, please let's wash our hands, keep social distance, and we are looking after those who have contracted it. As there is no assistance coming from anywhere, everybody is looking after themselves in their country as we speak. The advent of coronavirus came as a surprise, and so I want to plead with you, Nigerians, to please listen, obey, so that we can conquer coronavirus together. Whoa, this is President Muhammadu Buhari announcing that the lockdown will be longer than necessary. Initially, it was stated that it's going to be for 2 weeks. Apparently, it's going more than 2 weeks, and is calling to announce that Nigerians should please be aware that the lockdown will go longer than 2 weeks, and that the government is making unnecessary things ready for the people to be alleviated during this time. Part of the measures Buhari is saying that they are putting in place is giving of rice and cash money to people who would need it, and they are also asking that people should listen to how they can receive it. Anyway, in where I live, in my area, I've not heard of anybody who has received it. In the state where I am, I've not heard of anybody who has received it, or anyone around, or even the state close to us that have received either form of cash or kind or any way. Again, the federal government is going about sharing rice and what have you. Please be careful. Not go chop potty, because these things, the federal government, you can watch in the video. Please refer to our former news and see for yourself where the head of custom was saying the rice that were seized, why they said Nigerians should not eat them, was that they were poisoned and that they've been rebagged in Niger and on the high sea, and they've been made to look like they were pretty, but actually that they don't taste good, they are out of date, and they are poisoned, and that they were not nutritious. Those were some of the exact words um, by the head of custom, that was why those rice were seized. The same rice, not another one we did not manufacture overnight as we speak, people at home, is the one the federal government is saying they are releasing to people in this time and in this season. So be careful what you are receiving. Now, same rice the federal government is dishing out to give to people. So please be careful. Anyway, you've heard the announcement. Buhari said people should look out for. Be careful the eggs, the rice, whatever it is that you are receiving. Be very careful. Don't go and take what will cause you more problem than good. Anyway, Buhari said the lockdown will continue. People should brace up for it, and people should be ready that apparently the whole world is in lockdown, like he said. So Nigeria will do whatever it takes to make sure that they assist with this coronavirus. He says so. There is no vaccine anywhere. We are not going anywhere. I think that's one of the reasons why I had to bring in Chinese doctors, because he wasn't sure of Nigerian doctors' competency. So he had to bring Chinese doctors so that they'll be able to treat, so that the Chinese doctors can treat those that have been infected. They may be in Aso Rock. So I think that's the reason why he insisted on bringing Chinese doctors, even though. So Buhari is insisting that the stay home lockdown will continue as long as the advisor says so. So that's where we are now. Everybody brace up. Oh. God will help us through this season and carry us. Oh. Please be ready. Make sure that you have all you need. You know, please, whatever way or form or kind, whatever you can that can help you to come through this season. Please, whatever you can do. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and then click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. Garuba Shehu, is the one that speaks for Buhari. Buhari himself does not have mouth. It has to come through Garuba Shehu. So he said Garuba Shehu is the one that have disseminated this information for Buhari. Why Buhari, we don't know. When other countries are having their president come out to tell the people state of things and to encourage them, we don't have that in Nigeria. No, we don't have that. So these are some of the things we are facing. Garuba Shehu is the one telling Nigerians what Buhari is planning, not even the vice president. And the vice president is on ground, though. Well, these are the issues. These are some of the things. You can see that the position of the vice president has been seriously marginalized, and they are doing as they please. That's where we are now. Please, everybody, look after yourself. Don't forget to maintain social distance, and just pray to God, really. Before you leave the house, pray, and be cautious, really. Do what you need to do and let God do the rest. We have to be careful. I pray that this season will go away quickly so that life can return to normal. Honestly, really and truly, it's not funny, you know. Now, the matter be that, so Buhari say the lockdown will stay as long as necessary, as long as it gets advice. So we never know when now. There is no fixed date. There is no date. just to let you know, no date. Buhari said as long as necessary. So my people, God bless you. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you've had a lovely day. Look after yourself. Have a nice time. Bye.